Anybody just wants some attention, especially folks on the margins. I had a homie, a gang member, step into my office the other day, very earnest 16-year-old gang member, standing in front of my desk, and he says, "Look, I need your divided attention." I said, "You are in luck." But nobody wants to wait for too long. We want to make something happen, and that's what I want to suggest in the brief time I have with you. That what we all want to create and form is a community of kinship such that God, in fact, might recognize it. I suspect that Mother Teresa diagnosed the world's ills correctly when she suggested that the problem in the world is that we've just forgotten that we belong to each other. So how do we stand against forgetting that? How do we create and imagine a circle of compassion and then imagine nobody standing outside that circle? And to that end, what we hope to do, all of us, I think, is to inch our way out to the margins so that we can stand with the poor and the powerless and the voiceless, that we can stand with those whose dignity has been denied, with those whose burdens are more than they can bear. Occasionally, you get very fortunate and blessed to be able to stand with the easily despised and the readily left out, with the demonized, so that the demonizing will stop, and with the disposable, so that the day will come when we stop throwing people away. I suspect that if kinship was our goal, we would no longer be promoting justice, we would in fact be celebrating it. For no kinship, no justice, no kinship, no peace. So for 25 years, it's been the privilege of my life to work with gang members, and they've taught me everything of value, really. But especially in the last couple of years, they taught me how to text, and I'm so grateful to them. I find that it sure beats the heck out of actually talking to people, and so I'm pretty dexterous at it, LOL and OMG and BTW, you know, and the homies have taught me a new one, OHN, which apparently stands for, oh, hell no. No homie resisted my offers of help more than a kid named Bandit. He was a gang member, lived in Aliso Village housing projects. I would ride my bike in the middle of the night, and I'd see him run up to cars and sell crack cocaine and walk away counting his money. I'd say, how about a real job? And he was very polite, you know, that's okay, G, thanks, though. Until one day, 15 years ago, he shows up in my office. I couldn't believe he was there. And he says what gang members often say, I'm tired of being tired. So I walked him to one of our job developers, and as luck would have it, they located an entry-level, unskilled, low-paying job, first kind of job in a warehouse. Now cut to today, Bandit runs the whole thing. He's the supervisor of the supervisors, owns his own home, he's married, has 3 kids. Well, I hadn't heard from him in like 2 years, and he calls me one Friday afternoon a little bit breathless and panicky. He says, gee, you got to bless my daughter. I said, ¿Qué pasó, mijo? Is she sick? Is she in the hospital? Oh, no. On Sunday, she's going to Humboldt College. So to change the subject, I look at Jessica. Hey, what are you going to study at Humboldt College? She was very quick. Forensic psychology. I go, damn, forensic psychology. And Bandit chimes in, yeah, she wants to study the criminal mind. And Jessica, very deadpan, looks at her father, and she does one of these, you know. And he sees her and says, yeah, I'm going to be her first subject. So we walk up to the car, and big abrazos, and they pile in the car. But Bandit hangs back. I'm glad he has. And I say, hey, can I tell you something? I give you credit for the man you've chosen to become, for choosing to walk in your own footsteps. I'm proud of you. And his eyes well up with tears. And he says, ¿Sabes qué? I'm proud of myself. All my life, people called me a lowlife, a bueno para nada, a good for nothing. I guess I showed him. I said, yeah, I guess you did. And the soul feels its worth.